Testing microphone 2. Testing microphone 2. Testing microphone 2.
Our 100 club has been drawn and the winner is none other than Mr. Graham Brotherson, number 65. Congratulations, Graham.
Testing microphone 2. Testing microphone 2. Testing microphone 1. Testing microphone 1. Testing microphone
I'd like
2.
to take the opportunity once again to thank our Grafton Goes major sponsor, the Grafton District Services Club, our gold sponsors, Macksville Valley Timbers, Ron Skinner, Grafton Gas and Plumbing, Gillespie Plumbing, and our first grade jumper sponsors, Coppers Wood Products, Trade Link, Clarence Valley Timbers, Tyre Power, Grafton Gas and Plumbing, Adam Howell Builder, Abby
Is it right here as well?
Sunrise
Testing from here.
Store, Giants Tupperware, Colourworks, Floor Windmill Caravans, Westbourne Finance, James Thompson Tiling, GJR Sheet Metal, Lucas Transport, and NJS Concrete. Other associated sponsors are Fantasy Painting and Decorating, McGuren Earth Moving, Brewhouse Group, Landscape Tiling, New South Wales Spray, Steel Proprietary Limited, All Office and Business, Kim White Balustrading, Ryan, Daniels Transport.
So with these two microphones, you can go to about the middle of the field.
Elders, Paul and Leanne Concure, Ken Casson, the King Real Estate,
Will that still have enough
Ruth
battery in
Best,
there?
and Cansell Science. We thank all those sponsors for once again being involved as
Well, I
well.
could use that one if it died.
Our referees for first grade H. Lloyd, Linwood, Lenny Duro, and Brady Atkins. Group 2 Referees Association would like to thank their sponsors, Cops Hotel, Davis Alarm Self Storage, Cutlass Tyre Power, Solitude Health, Aboriginal Employment Strategies, Dawson Insurance for their continued support in 2021.
Have you started the stream yet?
Yeah, it is streaming.
We still have the previous school.
Our team players for Macksville for the first grade side today, number 1, Aidan Blair, 2, Bo Longfoot, 3, Dane Saunders, 4, Damien Parry, 5, Ryan Atkins, 6, Zane Doolan, 7, Andrew Welsh, 8, Billy Lockbane, 9, Jacob Welsh, 10, Luke Shields, 11, Joseph Paul, 12 is Sam Shields, 13 Jacob Simpson, 14 Jordan Leckie, 15 David Lindsay, 16 Matt Highland, and 17 Brad Southern. Grafton Goes first grade side today, number 1 Rich Lawback, 2 Oliver Scott, 3 Dylan Collins, 4 Jake Martin, 5 Braden Lawback, 6 Todd Cameron, 7 Willie Boland, 8 Jared Roberts, 9 Hayden Epsey, 10 Oliver Percy, 11 Barry Sinclair, 12 Cam Withers, 13 Jay Olsen, and 14 Thomas Baker, 17 Troy Munro, 20 Drew Stewart.
Oh, I didn't get that. Just from 14 onwards.
Good afternoon and welcome to this live coverage of the Tooheys New Group 2 Rugby League first grade round 13 match between Grafton Ghosts and Macksville Seagulls here at Frank McGuren Field. My name is William North and I'll be your host for this afternoon's entertainment. It's a glorious day here in Grafton, 20 degrees with a slight westerly breeze blowing across the ground towards the Frank McGuren stand in front of us. It looks like the Ghosts will be running right to left. The Seagulls left to right.
It's not on a loudspeaker. No, it's just live.
And looks like Macksville will kick off. Number 1, Andrew Blair will have the honours. We'll just go through the team sheets here. Macksville Seagulls, number 1, Andrew Blair. 2, Bo Langford. 3, Dane Saunders. 4, Damien Carriage. 5, Ryan Atkins. 6, Zane Doolan. 7, Andrew Welsh. 8, Billy Cobain. 9, Jacob Welsh. 10, Luke Shields. 11, Joe Borg. 12, Sam Shields. 13, Jake Simpson. 14, Jordan Leckie. 15, Dave Lindsay. 16, Matt Hyland. And 17, Brad Southern. Sorry, that was the Ghosts kicking off via Mitchell Lolback. The Seagulls bringing out of their own end now.
Yeah, is it? You ring me yesterday?
Luke Shields with a hit up. Jacob Welsh, dummy half, offloads to looks like the centre, Damien Carriage. Mitchy Lolback carts it back for the first time today. Just going through the Ghost lineup. Number 1, Mitchell Lolback. 2, Oliver Scott. 3, Dylan Collett. 4, Jake Martin. 5, Braden Lolback. 6, Toddy Cameron, captain coach. 7, Wirry Boland. 8, Jared Roberts. Number 9, Hayden Ensby. 10, Oliver Percy. 11, Bailey Sinclair. 12, Cameron Winters. 13, Jay Olsen. 14, Thomas Baker. 17, Troy Munro. 20, Kieran Stewart. And wearing the number 15 jersey is Riley Want, the captain from the reserve grade side, which earlier went down 48-10 to the Seagulls. Now it's... and I've got the co-commentator here today. Joining me, Mr. Joseph Fay. How are you, Joe?
G'day, Bill. Pleasure to be here, mate. Cracking afternoon for rugby league.
That's glorious, isn't it? And yeah, look, all things considered, with the table the way it is this season, we should be up for a cracking clash this afternoon.
Well, it's an important game for both teams. Ghosts are on equal top of the table, but neither win to consolidate their spot. And the Seagulls are pretty keen to move up one further on the ladder.
Yeah, that's right. Macksville only 1 win behind the Ghosts in third. And they'd see this as a golden opportunity to crack into the top 2.
Well, they beat the Ghosts here last time they played here. I think the score was a 38-all after the 2 games between the Ghosts and the Seagulls. So they're here to play, and it should be a great game.
Yeah, that's right. 22-12 in round 3, Joe, when the Seagulls came up here, and the Ghosts returned serve 26-16 in round 8, so you could say that this is a best of 3 clash right here.
I think so, mate, and it's been a break each, I suppose. No one's held serve so far, so
yeah.
Interesting to see if the Ghosts can come away with a win on their home ground today.
Yeah, certainly both sides starting with solid sets, getting to their completions, and
well,
see who's going to break first.
Well, I was talking to Toddy Cameron earlier, and he's pretty keen for the Ghosts to complete their sets of 6 every time. That'll be the difference. Mistake-free football, dry track. They should be keen to have a win today.
And it's kicking there. Toddy Cameron gets in behind the fullback, Andy Blair. And a good follow, good chase from the forwards to keep them pinned in their own end.
Reasonable crowding for the circumstances, Bill, isn't there?
Yeah, obviously a few complications now with COVID. Masks essentially compulsory upon entry.
Well, effectively the Ghosts are the defending premiers then, aren't they?
Yeah, well, no competition last year, so they've been able to hold the mantle for 2 years. Not bad.
Some good solid defence early of the ruck there from the Ghosts.
So, you say Toddy Cameron saying they want to get to the end of their sets. Last week was the highlight of the season for the Ghosts. They went down 44-4 at the hands of competition leaders Costs. Perhaps that was an issue last week that they're looking to fix up?
Well, could be. A couple of years ago when they won the comp 66-0, I think it was, in the grand final, they got towed up by Cops a couple of weeks beforehand. So, they're no strangers to bouncing back from a big loss.
Yeah. And certainly a very composed start here from both sides, as we see Jared Roberts hit it up. And Ensby at dummy half.
Well, that's a good strong run, and he's drawn the penalty. First penalty of the match, I think it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the first stoppage of play. Cameron Winters, well-timed run there, caught the defence offside. Yeah,
This is your debut in the commentary box, Bill?
Oh, I think it might be, Mr. Fay.
Well, I was here, last time I called, I was with Kev Blanche and had to fill in for Dougie Walters. Sorry, not Dougie Walters. Dougie Graham, who got unfortunately unwell at half-time and had to leave. And Kev was asking me the other day, but I didn't have his number. So, Kev, if you're out there listening, mate, feel free to join us in the commentary box. You're more than welcome.
Yeah, first chance to cover the Ghosts without pen in hand this time, so looking forward to it, Joe. And so just while the Ghosts were having a week to forget last week, Macksville toppled competition's big improvers really, as we're just getting in the attacking zone here. Oh, Weary Boland getting close to the line and hit by a head-eye tackle.
Almost a penalty try there, I'd say, Bill.
Might be stretching it a little bit there, Joe.
Well, not for the high shot. He might have gone over next to the posts.
Yeah, looks like might be taking the 2 here. So Macksville won 24-22 over Bellingen Magpies, who have been the big improvers this season. Granted, they do have quite a few of the Sawtell Panthers lot in their side, but so Macksville would consider themselves coming off some pretty good form and hoping to crash the party today, but the Ghosts haven't done a foot wrong yet and get a chance to take the early lead.
Oh, Cameron wastes no time and he slots that straight between the uprights and Ghosts are away to a 2-0 lead.
Just some more trivia for you, Joe. Toddy Cameron was 2 points off the leading point scorer heading to this game. So with those early points, he's possibly level pegging. And obviously, other games happening around the region today.
And I also saw on the Daily Examiner website that you're a free agent now, Bill. Is that right?
Could be, Joe. Yeah, just winding things up there, mate, and hence the opportunity to come down here today and flex my muscles behind the microphone.
Yeah, great to have you here.
Well, the referee spotted something there I didn't quite see.
Looked like a small knock on there from the dummy half. Not Nathan Ensby. It'd be Hayden Ensby. Too many Ensbys around, mate.
And Hayden, in his first full season of first grade, during the last year when Group 2 Rugby League was abandoned due to COVID, he went up north and I believe he was playing for Casino Cougars and did play some first grade at hooker there. In fact, in towards the end of the season, did bag a hat-trick and showed a lot of promise, and here he is now. Got his full-time job here with the Ghosts.
Macksville getting very close to the line now.
Jake Simpson there trying to find a way through.
There's room out on the left if they go. Oh, that looked a mile forward, didn't
Flat ball there from Andrew Welsh. Here comes the kick.
Oh, I think it's been knocked out again.
Very safely taken there by Ollie Scott on the wing. Is it a forward pass?
I think they've gone back to the knock-on.
Referee might have got a call from the touchy there.
Mate, there's a big list of sponsors here at the Grafton Ghost still.
Well, that's good to see. And do you want to give him a bit of a shout out, Joe?
I started to do a few at a time, mate. There looks to be about 30 or 40 sponsors, all contributing to the community by sponsoring the Ghost. We've got Mike's Tyre Power.
Oh, and an ankles tackle there to prevent the centre, Dane Saunders, from getting over. The real first sustained pressure here that the Ghosts are having to absorb. The ball comes out. And just didn't find that final pass there.
They certainly made a meal of that. We've got the White's Tyre Power, Trade Link, Adam Howe Builder, the Abbey Motor Inn, Sunrise on Turf Street, Diane's Tupperware, Colourworks, Paul Windmill Caravan Repairs and Westlawn Finance. There's a lot more, and I'll mention them as we go along throughout the afternoon.
So the Ghosts may have just survived there and now bringing it out. And Cam Winters again charging up strongly. Oh, and he's met with a solid tackle, but he's got the offload away. There's his opposite number there in the second row, Bailey Sinclair, muscling up. And the Ghosts taking into touch.
They're the mistakes that Todd Cameron was trying to eliminate. Second tackle, into touch, only 35 metres out from their own line. So he'll be keen to make sure that they stay down the middle of the field and avoid unnecessary mistakes like that.
So a bit more pressure here for the Ghosts to absorb. 2-0.
Mitch Lowak showing cool head there, letting the ball go over the dead ball line. However, he must have got a late touch to it. There's going to be a drop out from the dog track end. I was talking to Tony Muller during the week, club legend, and he said the dog track facilities are outstanding after the major renovations there. And I think Mitch Lowak was doing a lot of the electrical work there, so he's had a fair bit to do with it.
Yeah, well, fantastic to see the Greyhound track back in action after the massive upgrades that it's had. And not just a few years ago, the whole industry had been threatened by state government decisions, and then the complete turnaround, put the money towards it, and now we've got a world-class facility here in Grafton, which had successfully hosted the July Carnival just a couple of weeks ago. And it's also, they're having a meeting here later this afternoon, which has forced the usual ground announcer, Mark Arundale, is going to be over there. So
is he?
They've got the President, Neil Payne, on the microphone here at the ground today. We might even have a chat with Neil at half-time.
He looks very keen to have a yarn to us at the moment.
Ooh, and well met there. Jake Martin was onto that one. Forced the mistake. And the Ghosts, well, they've so far repelled pretty sustained pressure here from the Seagulls, and they'll just be looking to get to the end of the set and get a good kick away and start playing football at the other end of the ground.
Well, the Macksville team have had 63% of the possession so far, but still the Ghosts have held on. It'll be interesting to see if they can utilise their strike weapons like Dylan Collett and Mitch Lowak
Yeah, interestingly, it is Jake Martin that's got the most tries so far in the season for the Ghosts. He's got 6 tallied so far. And then there's the second penalty of the game. No, sorry, probably the third actually.
Well, the Ghosts needed that.
Just a relieving penalty there. And a good touch finder there from Hayden Ensby. Get them about 35 out from the Macksville line. Let's see what they can do with their first real attacking raid since that early penalty goal. And a good ball there from Withers to his forward teammate Oliver Percy. And Jake Martin heading for the line in. He's added to his tally. It's that 7 for the season. The Ghosts have crossed the stripe and it's 6-0 with 24 minutes remaining in the first half.
Good ball movement there from the halfback Larry Boland, and then Martin beats one. Comes back inside. 2 or 3 of them fall over themselves. Bang, he beats 2 and beats the third. Great try.
Try to Grafton goes by their centre, Jake Martin takes the score on. Grafton goes 6. Macksville nil with a conversion attempt to count.
A few more sponsors while we're at it. I think we're up to Colourworks or Paul Winman Caravan, Westlawn Finance, Shane Thompson, Thailand. Played junior Ghost with Tomo maybe 35 years ago. GJR Sheet Metal, Ace Glass and Aluminium, Nat Searle Concreting. One of the great stalwarts of the club back in the mid-early 2000s. Copper Wood Products and Pure Safe Pest Control. Daniels Transports and of course the Saracen Theatre.
And Todd Cameron just lining it up here, about 5 in from touch, from the eastern touch line. Yeah, solid conversion from the other sideline. The Ghosts now leading 8 points to nil.
Todd Cameron was successful. Takes the Ghosts along to 8. Macksville nil.
How's the ladies' league tag end up today, mate? Was there a game on?
Yeah, so the Ghosts did get up in the ladies' league tag 10-6, I understand, and solid result for them. I think it was 3rd versus 4th. So
Does that move them to second or
it
move
consolidates
them
their
to
spot in the top 3, I think. There's got a bit of a gap now between the top 3 and the rest of the competition. Yeah, Macksville were in 4th heading into that game, and yeah, so it just widens the gap a little bit. Meanwhile, reserve grade, they've had a tough time this year with the Ghosts. We might talk to Neil a little bit later on. They've been ravaged by injuries across both grades. And away goes Toddy Cameron. And struggling to get the same side on the paddock each week. And you know, we're done 48 to 10 by Macksville in the earlier game. Well, the first real half break we've seen there from the Ghosts.
Well, he shaped a kick, Cameron, but then he saw a bit of space on the inside, stepped off his left and made probably 15 or 20 metres. Probably the best option at the time. Who's the groundkeeper? I know, the break by Macksville.
And Damien Carrot shrugs off 1, shrugs off 2. Here we are on the attack. And Ensby managed to fall on it and defuse the situation after a grubber there. He's called a knock on against Ensby perhaps.
controversial. I don't think Inchby's particularly happy with that call, but the scrum's going to go ahead.
Well, after the initial grubber there from Andrew Welsh. Again, Macksville have had enough attacking opportunities, and they'll probably be a little bit frustrated they haven't been able to open their scoring. Certainly positive signs defensively from the Ghosts.
Yeah, well, Macksville have sort of taken some poor last tackle options so far. A bit like the Blues on Wednesday night. And the ground looks to be in magnificent condition. We've had all that rain, middle of winter, and it looks green, it looks firm.
Oh, and again, Welsh probing it towards the line, and it's been judged a high tackle there from Jared Roberts. And will Macksville tap, or will they take the 2? Looks like they're going to continue to try to pressure the try line. That was Dave Lindsay taking the first hit up there. Oh, good defence there. Dylan Collett involved, and Todd Cameron just stopping Dane Saunders. Sam Shields inches short of the line. And stoppage here. Looks like one of the Macksville players is down, injured in back play.
Gives us a chance to go through a couple more of the sponsors. We've got G. McMullen Contracting, Clarence Valley Sheds, Bloomer Transport, Riverbank Vet, and Nola Tyre, Cairnsdale Signs. And yet there's still a lot more sponsors.
How much to sponsor the Ghosts? How much do you have to sponsor to get your name on the program?
That's the 5/8 zone Doolan there. Just getting up a bit gingerly. Let's see if he can carry on. Meanwhile, the ball goes out to the left, and good solid defence, and it's play on. Ooh, and Murray Boland into the clear, looks to find a faster teammate in Braden Lolback, and up another 10 or 20. They're now inside the Macksville 40. Mitchell Lolback involved. Well met there in defence. Jared Roberts coming to the left. Solid hit up there, Oliver Percy. Cameron again. Mitchell Lolback. Not given much room there. And that's Jay Olsen at lock. Kick from Cameron, trying to find the winger. Tapped inside, Dylan Collett, and just short. And looks like that was only the 4th tackle. Another play here. This time to the right. Looks like it might be called offside here.
Good set of 6 by the Ghosts. They made that break downfield from that mistake from the Macksville side. Murray Bowen didn't quite have the pace that he might have had when he was a year younger. He's not very old, though, is
He
he?
may not have backed himself there. He could have gone a bit further, but yeah,
Someone turned the treadmill up to 8 rather than
certainly
6.
plenty of questions asked throughout that set. Yeah, and good to see from the Ghosts.
Easy, Tiger. Take it easy.
So speaking of the state of origin the other day, Joe, what do you think? They just didn't get the ball out to those explosive outside backs enough?
Oh, Turbo hardly saw the ball the whole game, didn't he? Got Latrell and Turbo on your side. You want to
try to get the ball to them a bit more.
A set of 6, wouldn't you?
I think they dearly missed, as we've seen with the Panthers as well, that without Cleary and Luai, they're just not the same side.
Yeah, they certainly make a difference. Be interesting to see how they go against the Storm without those 2 players, if they have to play them when they're out.
Oh, juggling with fire a little most there, but yeah, it's going to be a 7-tackle set from the 20-metre restart.
Very cool head for Braden Lolback.
good solid hit up out, coming out of his own end there, Braden. Get some post-contact meters to continue his good work at the end of that set. Cam Winters, he's had plenty of involvement early. Dylan Collett, one of the all-time try scorers for the Ghosts.
Let's not forget the Ghost major sponsor for 2021, the Grafton District Services Club, the GDSC, always contributing well to the local community.
Have we exhausted that list, Joe? We've got to the end of it? Let's
No,
give it
mate,
some
it's
more.
huge. It's a huge
Gee.
list. Each of these sponsors are contributing several $100s to the club each year. That's great to see. We've got Skins Depot at Happy Valley, New South Wales Spray Seal, Doherty Property, Grafton Motor Group, Dennis Green, CRJC, just across the road after their great July Carnival, Country Comfort Bathtubs, and that's Bobby Collett, father of the outstanding outside centre Dylan Collett, Tim White and Associates, Kim Want Balustrading.
That's the winger, Bo Langford, struggling to get up there. A couple of early niggles there for the Seagulls. Solid run there from the centre, Jamie and Carriage, and going on with it in the tackle there. Another penalty here for Macksville. Well, some penalties and errors. The Ghosts have had to do a fair bit of defensive work so far, but they've managed to keep Seagulls out. It's still 8-0. This is looking dangerous now. Again, the outside backs managed to keep Andrew Blair out. Offload there from Matt Hyland, but it's been called held. Mitchie Lolback cleans up at the back and he's going to get stuck in goal.
Looks to be the second drop out of the game. There's still sustained pressure by Macksville, but they just can't convert into points at the moment.
Dylan Collett will take the drop out. Big left foot. And there's 55 on the fly. That's not bad, is it?
Into a strong wind too.
I mean, he should have been goal kicking for the Blues and with 2 minutes to go on Wednesday night. Now scoot out a dummy half there from Jacob Welsh, the Macksville number 9. And Welsh again. Look to be setting up again out the right. They've tried a few times out here, but here we go. And the winger on the outside. An athletic effort there. Bo Langford, who just a moment ago was getting up gingerly, he's opened the scoring for the Seagulls.
That movement started over in the left-hand side of the post, but they used their back line effectively all the way to the right sideline, where Langford dived over quite spectacularly. Bit our NRL style in the air, one-handed. Not recommended for rookies, that manoeuvre.
A nice cut-out ball there from Zane Dorlan to his man. In a few inches closer, from a few gave himself a bit more room than we see from the NRL wingers these days. Had about a foot to play with.
Right, Macksville by their winger number 2 takes the score along to Macksville 4, Grafton goes to 8 with a conversion attempt to come.
There's Matt Hyland in there at first receiver. Got the ball to his 5'8", Zane Doolin, and just some good vision. Gets it out wide. And Langford had enough room to play with there to get into the corner.
Quite an easy try in the end. We've got Blair now lining up the conversion from about 2 metres in from touch. He's 25 out.
A little bit further in from where I would say that try was scored, Joe.
No, I did notice that. Anyway, take what advantage you can get. Let's see how he goes.
Moves in, strikes it, likes it. A very, very good conversion from the sideline from Andrew Blair. Ghostlown leading 8 points to 6.
Macksville's number 1, Gordon Blair, takes the score along to Grafton goes 8, Macksville 6.
Now, how long to go? My stopwatch didn't work.
Bill, I see in the program there, they've got a little blurb about various personalities from the club over the years, and this week it's about Kerry Godwin. Looks like Kerry first became involved with the Ghosts in 1977 when he was the club conditioner and remained in that position until 1986. Now, 77, as you recall, was the year that the Ghosts beat the Rebels in one of the great grand finals of all time. I think it was 15-13 or something like that with a try on the bell after a field goal went skew-if. And the winger came through and scored in the corner at the Grafton Showground. Now, Kerry went from the strapper in 85. And after a few years off, was reappointed as club strapper in 1997 and has been there as the strapper ever since. That's 24 years as a strapper, mate.
Yeah, I was aware that Kerry's been at this club for a very, very long time. And I guess when you start an inspirational year like 77, you got the bug. Been there forever.
On the Ghost Committee as well for approximately 15 years. He goes to training sessions twice weekly, plus game days, and that's for around 8 months of the year. So he really puts in, Kerry, doesn't he?
He does.
It's great to see him recognised in the program. And not only that, he's plays tennis, I think, Tuesday nights as well, and he trains a lot of kids in athletics.
Yeah, so he's heavily involved in the athletics, and I'm involved with the Clarence Valley Sports Awards, and a couple of years ago, Kerry was the Max Godby Award recipient for contribution to sport in the Clarence Valley. Very thoroughly deserved.
The kick from Andrew's gone straight down the throat of Blair. He's got plenty of room to move, but he doesn't get past that first tackle.
Yeah, there's a good chase there, led by Ruri Boland.
I don't think Cameron will be that happy with that kick. After 2 tackles, they're back to where the kick was taken from. So it needs to go wider or deeper. Or maybe give it to Cameron himself to have a look at. But the Seagulls will find a little bit of space right up the middle of them.
Yeah, it looks like they're certainly targeting the centre of the paddock for getting that yardage through the set. Again, Damien Carriage, very strong centre runner of the ball, coming in for some work. A show and go there from Andrew Welsh, and it has been called high.
Up until that point, it was a very poor fifth tackle option. He had some numbers out wide. He elected to go himself. Had that been half an inch lower, that would have been just a hand over and away they'd go.
Oh, solid defence there. Dave Lindsay met his number there. Looks like one of the interchange players for the Ghosts. It's come on. Provide some spark. Number 17, Troy Munro.
He's a former Coffs Comet man, isn't he?
If it's the same Troy Munro, yeah. Oh, good shape there from the Seagulls, a set play, but again, the Ghosts able to hold their line. Andrew Blair not able. And there's found another penalty here.
Ghosts giving away a lot of penalties at the moment. I'm not sure Cameron would be particularly happy with that.
Hello.
He might be calling someone out, is he?
And the captain, we chat to the captain. It's around about 4-1 penalties in favour of the Seagulls. And the settler there from Luke Shields. Looks like they want to go right again here, the Seagulls. No way through there for Matt Hyland. And it looks like the error might have been forced.
That was a great tackle. Very bowling there, right in the line. Certainly score, but a great tackle brought him down. Brought out about a double movement.
It's actually called, oh right, okay, I see a double movement penalty.
A few more sponsors there, I can see. Ronnie Skinner, Clarence Valley Timbers, Grafton Gas and Plumbing, and there's a, what's the $300 first try competition?
I'm not sure, but I did hear the announcers earlier announcing that no, his name's not on there. That Grubby Brubberson had won. I think he might have won the raffle today.
Righto. So I see that the first try was scored by Jake Martin, number 4, and he was sponsored by Henry Lawson, aka Wayne Lawson, horse trainer of renown, and himself a former Grafton Ghostie. That's come off the foot, and it should be play on.
There's 4 minutes to go till half time here. The Ghosts still hold a slender lead, 8 points to 6.
All the play's been down in the Ghosts half the last 5 or 10 minutes, Bill. They really need to hold on this last 4 minutes before half time. Absolutely crucial as usual.
And into the fence, he's drugged off 1, 2, 3. And that's a massive hit up there from Luke Shields. Gets Macksville on the attack here to the left. Another cutout in the 5, and it's intercepted.
Crowd really starting to get involved. Some raucous calls from the bar side of the ground.
Braden Lolback on the outside. He's had some. I didn't see that. But yeah, Braden Lolback's had a couple of good involvements early in this game. And I was just about to say that the Ghosts, they haven't had the territorial advantage. They'd probably be happy to go into the sheds in front, but again, Macksville with another chance to attack. And we look at the replay there, maybe just a half bobble.
You're starting to talk like Phil Gould if you use the word bobble, mate.
Oh,
He
sorry.
knocked it on, or he
I'll
didn't
put that
knock
one
it
away. And the Seagulls on the carriage. Bring off a couple of defenders. He's a hard man to pull down, Damon Carriage. And Brad Southern. And Zane Doolan looking to get involved there at 5'8". With quite the mullet. What do you think about this, the mullet coming back into fashion, Joe?
Mate, I've seen a mullet everywhere I go lately.
I
On
reckon
young
you would
kids,
have had
old
one,
kids, on the
back in the
TV.
You would have had quite the mullet back in the 80s, wouldn't you, mate?
More of a boof. than
Yeah,
the
just
mullet,
always
mate,
gone with the boof?
Yeah. But they seem to be, the people who have them seem to think they look better than they do.
It's a strange fashion phenomenon. We've seen come back in and struggle to understand it sometimes.
Josh Papali''s got a really nice mullet, mate.
There's definitely plenty in the NRL, and And Zane Doolan certainly challenges those.
It's a good run by Collett. Quick play of the ball.
And here we go. We've got just enough time here for the Ghosts to have one last crack at them. Out of dummy half again, Collett. Got some momentum here. Going to get the quick play of the balls. And just all over the ball there.
They play the 6 again rule here in country rugby league, or is that only in the NRL? They play the 6 again rule here.
It doesn't seem to be. There's been a lot of penalties, hasn't there? So, and Lolback's through. The last pass, just heavy contact there on Dylan Collett. That last pass on Lolback just had to be on his chest. And kick in here from Weary. Jake Martin's got the ball back and got it away to his wing arm, Braden Lolback, and it isn't. Well, a few more seconds left in the half here. Can the Ghosts capitalise and go into half time with a bigger advantage?
They've got the numbers on the left. They just need to get it out there.
Lolback at dummy half on the Winters. And it's come loose. That might be the end of that section for the Ghosts.
Maybe a bit of fatigue creeping into the side there at the moment, late in the half. There was some numbers. They had a 2-man overlap. If they went left, it would have been a big chance of scoring a try had they gone wide, but unfortunately no. They went straight down the middle and a mistake was met.
Carriage didn't like the contact there in that tackle. It seemed to be got the ball in first instance. And here we go, Zane Doolan gets the offload away. And that was almost a gridiron pass to his wide receiver.
Anyway, and there's a very loud siren. I think we're in no doubt that half-time has occurred. There's a few more sponsors I haven't got through yet, Bill. Running up the Kimwant Balustrading, Vines, Inspiration Paint, Tina's Trophies, Ace Bobcat and Tipper Hire, Matt Tech Electrical, Big River Pizza, Ush, Blanchard's Bricks and Transports, Grafton Locksmith.
Spectators and players, that there's no time off in the second half.
Grafton Locksmith, Brewhouse Group, Grant Tile Moving, Brent Baker Tiling, McLennan Earth Moving, Fantasy Painting and Decorating. And look what we've got here. We've got Tim Howard. He looks a bit better than when I saw him in the members bar after the last on Cup Day. He looked like he had the wobbly boot on at that stage. But good to see you back up and about, mate.
After hard days,
Neil? Righto, so got a special guest with me, half-time entertainment here, President of the Ghosts, Mr. Neil Payne. So thanks for joining me, Neil.
It's okay, Bill.
You've obviously been involved on and off now with the Ghosts for many, many years, or decades even, and just this season returned to the helm, taking over the reins. When was it, 2015 that you...
Yeah, about two, I think it was...
Yeah, it's on.
2015, I think, yeah, was when I had a rest, and come back after 4 or 5 years away, 5 years away, 6 years away perhaps, lose track of time, but it's always been a good club, strong club, and I think it'll continue on that way. A lot of additional challenges nowadays, of course, with COVID and all that sort of stuff, but yeah, if you do the right thing, you'll get there.
Yeah, obviously, new challenges to coming in as a sports administrator for any club. There's a lot of work, but during these times, there's a lot of different things that you'll be having to to manage. And fortunately, so far, regional New South Wales has escaped this latest outbreak in Sydney, and hopefully it stays that way through the end of the season. But how have you found these additional challenges?
It's not too bad, really. I mean, we all know what we need to do, and as a club, we just know that whatever the requirements are set by the government and powers to be, we just abide by them, and in the best interests of everyone, if we do the right thing, everyone's going to be a lot safer than they will be if we do the wrong thing. So at the end of the day, that's what we're looking to do, keep everyone safe and enjoy the sport of rugby league.
And it's obviously vital to keep footy happening through the end of the season. Clubs rely so much on people being able to come and watch the games.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. People rely on the games to give them a break on Sundays or if it happens to be a Saturday game. But certainly at the weekend, after possibly being locked down a bit during the week and a bit more restricted in what they can do, they look forward to getting out on the game day. So we need to make sure that we keep everyone as safe as we can.
And on the field, we've seen one of the tightest competitions in years this year. Not only so just 2 points separate first from fifth, but the current leaders, Coffs Harbour, they've got 7 wins and 4 losses with just a plus 38 differential. While fifth place Rebels have 5 wins with just a minus 3 differentials. It's only 41 points difference, 7 tries. That could be turned around in one game. Even Woolgoolga in last spot have 3 wins on the board and minus 76 differentials, which is far from a disgrace. So it's certainly positive signs for the competition to see how close it is. Yeah,
it's a very close competition this year, and from here on in, with only 4 games left, it's vital. For the Ghosties, it's vital that we continue to win. A loss can take you from equal first to third, and vice versa. You can go from third up to second, and that sort of thing. So it's a good competition in that sense, that everyone needs to keep winning if you want to be in the top 3 especially, and if you want to get into the finals. So very close competition.
Yep, and we're seeing that today. Obviously Ghosts in second spot, just 2 points ahead of the Macksville, and I think what we've seen today really reflects that. 8-6 at half time. How do you see how the game's panned out so far for the Ghosts?
Yeah, I think it's there's not a lot in it. I think ball controls probably needs to be a little bit better, perhaps from the Ghosties. I think if we control the ball a bit better, and it'll certainly help us in the second half. But there's not much in it. Very hard to pick a winner at this point.
Right, and Jake Martin, the sole try scorer so far for the Ghosts, is leading the way for the Ghosts in terms of tries scored this season, equal on top with Coffs Harbour's Blake O'Connor and Macksville's Dane Saunders, who's in action today with 6 tries. Again, very congested list, no one really standing out, but have you been pleased with what you've seen from Jake this season?
Yeah, I've been pleased with Jake's efforts. I think earlier in the year he might have scored 4 tries against Woolgoolga, but I'm not sure about that. But we've got a lot of youngsters in the side, and a lot of them having their first season in first grade, so I've been quite impressed with the way they've gone, and augurs well for the Ghosties. I think unfortunately we haven't had an under-18 side this year and last year, but we've got very strong juniors coming through. Our under-14s, under-15s, under-16s are all leading their up the top of the table in their age groups, and that augurs well. Our under-16s will be in the under-18s next year, and they're equal first. Our 15s and 14s are both first or second too, so we've got some very strong junior kids coming through, and it looks good for the Ghosts for the next 2 or 3, 4 years. We'll have a lot of guys there that'll be vying for first grade spots, so the future looks very good for us, and it's just important that as a club we remain financially sound and pave a way for these kids to achieve their dream of playing first grade.
Yeah. Well, and obviously it's so important to have good sponsors as well, Neil. Talking about being financially sound, my co-commentator here with me, Joe Fay, went through during that first half. It took pretty much the whole half to get through that list of sponsors. It's great to have so much support from the local community.
Yeah, it is. It's certainly... Just to see that many sponsors, I was very pleased at the start of the year. Our major sponsor, of course, Grafton District Services Club. Couldn't wish for a better major sponsor than the Services Club. And they've been with us now for quite a few years, and so have a lot of those other sponsors as listed on that program. So one of the big pluses for the Ghost is the sponsorship that's afforded the club by all those businesses, and we're very thankful for that.
So we've got both the sides back out in the field now. So this is finally Neil, Todd Cameron, in his first season, captain coach. Like you said, a very young side around him. Missed out on that opportunity last year with the season being called off. Been in and around the club for a very long time. But how do you think he's handled his first year as captain coach?
Yeah, I've been very impressed with Todd's first year as captain coach, as you said, and to do it with so many youngsters. I think he's done a tremendous effort, and I think where we are sitting on the ladder is probably a little bit surprising for some of the guys that have been associated with the Ghost for many years. So we're very pleased with the way it's going, and we think the potential from a lot of these kids is tremendous, and we're looking forward to some success in the years to follow.
Okay, great. Well, thanks for your time, Neil, and good luck to you and the club for the rest of today and the remainder of the season, and we'll get back into the action.
Okay, thank you.
So to kick off the second half here, it's the Ghosts coming out of their own end. Currently leading 8-6. And welcome back, Joe.
Mate, great to see.
Look at here. Toddy Cameron with a high ball, plenty of chases here. And again, Andrew Blair safe as houses underneath that one.
He's done a great job under the high ball this afternoon. He sort of caught most balls on the full and made 10 or 15 metres from the each time. The Ghost still up 8-6. What do you think Toddy Cameron said to the team at half-time, Bill?
What do you think he might have said? I reckon those errors that they wanted to keep out of their game might have been a little bit of a concern. Spent a bit too much time camped in their own half. And certainly when the Ghosts are on attack, they've got plenty of... they look to have plenty of options in attack, and for them, thankfully, Macksville didn't really ask too many questions on the several times that they found themselves deep in Ghost territory. Defensively, they've certainly held their shape really well.
Well, there's one of those mistakes that Toddy Cameron wouldn't want to see in the first 2 minutes of the second half.
And again, we see Macksville with another opportunity.
Actually, he might have given the scrum feed to the Ghosts. It might have been a knock-on by Macksville.
It's Toddy Cameron with the ball on his hand. So Macksville have coughed it up close to the line, and that, I think the referee might possibly have missed that one as well. Hayden Ensby there caught with a scrappy scrum.
Seagulls struck his foot out and kicked the ball quite firmly back out the back of the scrum, which is unusual. And that caused a little problem for Ensby. Here they go right now. They're in their own 22.
Cameron Wynn has driven back in that tackle.
Referee's doing a good job this afternoon, Bill.
Well, he's called that one held already, so he's been able to go back and play it where he's come from. Yeah, Ash Lloyd. Well, I think I heard them say Ash. Referee, attention, Ash Lloyd. Does that sound right?
Sounds like it. He's
And
doing a
Lenny
great job.
Duro on the one line and Brady Atkins on the other. And Ryan Atkins brings it back for the Seagulls. Yeah, certainly the kick return from the Macksville back three has been sound this afternoon.
Oh, it's been great. They're within 35 metres of the Ghost line already on the second tackle. And although they look very bunched
They're
in attack,
bunched there. That
very
was,
bunched.
Yeah, Sam Shields taking that as he was the closest player to the eastern touchline when he took that ball.
They had a real good opportunity there if they'd got themselves set in
Zane
the back
Doolan
line
with the
straight
grubber
away.
through, but it's easily covered. And they've called for a obstruction.
I think shepherd's the right term, isn't it? They still call it a shepherd?
I think they call it an obstruction.
For the over 40s, it's said to be a shepherd.
And there we go. Oh, there's plenty of heavy contact this set. Troy Munro put on his back there by Joe Borg. He certainly, in the second rower, defends above his weight. He's got some big fellas up against him, and he's managed to put them down heavily on a few occasions.
They're very slow to get back, Macksville. There's probably 10 players who haven't made it back to the play the ball area yet.
Only 5 minutes into this second half, so it's, worrying signs there. The Ghosts, meanwhile, seem to have plenty of fitness this afternoon, and become no doubt a telling factor in the last 20 minutes. Who's got the legs? He's tried to play for the penalty there, and thought the marker might have been off his line, but the referee didn't want anything to do with that one. And again, is that Damien Carriage? Yeah, he's certainly been one of Macksville's best this afternoon.
Yeah, he's had a great game so far.
Another kick in there from Zane Doolan. This time not as easily negotiated by Mitchell Lolback. The ball's come free.
I think the mullet man might have got a try.
If they got the ball before it went over the touchline, looks like the referee likes it. That's a try.
Points to the spot. What happened there?
Here's the replay. Awkward bounce between Lolback, between Oliver Scott and Mitchell Lolback, and it's just spilled free. The 5'8", who put the kick through in the first place, Zane Dolan.
He'll be straight to the hairdressers to celebrate that try, won't he?
Yeah, well, if that's his first try of the season, he'll be allowed to shave his head now.
Well, he's done half of it.
It's a rare error from Lolback there.
That's right. Well, he's instrumental in the first try there, Zane Derwin. He's with it.
Macksville takes the score. Macksville 10, Grafton goes 8 for the kick to come.
He threw the cutout ball to Andrew Blair, I think, in the first half to score the try.
That's right.
Did a lot of good work there.
So Macksville in front for the first time in this match. 44 minutes into the contest. It's 10-8, kick to come.
After that first conversion from Blair, you'd think he'll kick this quite easily.
Yeah, it was very, very good clean strike. Was never missing. Certainly a talented footballer.
Zane Doolan, number 6.
And this one's been waved away. The score remains 10 points to 8.
I put the mocker on him there, mate. I backed him in. I had him at $1.05 to kick that.
Yeah, give a bloke a rap and he does that.
Score remains Macksville 10, Grafton goes 8.
He certainly has been one of their stronger performers today, Andrew Blair. Whenever he gets his ball on, hands on the ball, gets involved, it's usually to the benefit of his side.
That's another good run there, boy. It looks like Luke Shields. He's done a large number of good hit-ups today. Made 10 or 15 each time he's got the ball.
And here's the second rower, Joe Borg.
Looks a bit
Probably
like,
hasn't had as many carries. He's been very good defensively.
looks a bit like Steve Menzies. in
Steve
there.
Menzies, yeah, the Beaver. Yeah. He does a bit.
You reckon he's got a mullet under that headgear? You just can't tell.
That's your man Welsh again. Second hit up of the set. Andrew Blair with a kick. That's trapped safely there by Mitchell Lolback.
Doolan's the first defender there as well.
And Dylan Collett. We haven't seen too much opportunity to see the Ghost Speedman in full flight. Macksville haven't given them a whole lot of room.
Yeah, I think it's time for the Ghosts to start spreading the ball a bit. You've got some great strike power out wide with Collett. The other from Lolback. They need to see more of the ball.
A good solid run there from Oliver Percy. Inside ball for Cam Winters. Tries to get up for the quick play of the ball. Toddy Cameron puts one up high. Andrew Blair under it. Coming through hard is Mitchell Lolback, and he wraps him up nicely.
Not dissimilar to the hit that Corabetti put on that French lock in the Wallabies test last night. Unfortunately for the Wallabies, he got sent off.
Oh, and solid defence again there. Dylan Collett involved. And his carriage, this time he's met by 3 Ghosts and unable to go anywhere.
Did you manage to catch the rugby last night?
Welsh again. I must admit I didn't. Joe? No.
Great game. The Wallabies got up
Too busy watching rugby
33-30.
league. Yeah, okay.
Right. It's actually a great series, I think. The Wallabies won the first game in the last 10 seconds, and then the French won the second game with about 2 minutes to go, and then the Wallabies got up with a penalty goal with about 2 minutes to go in the last game. 33-30, great game.
Good footy. Found their match, eh? It's a bit more even than perhaps when we find the All Blacks most years.
Well, apparently the French are equal favourites with the All Blacks for next year's World Cup.
Okay.
But my money
Here we
on the
go.
All
Looks
Blacks.
like a bit of
Here we
space
go.
here on the right for the Ghost. Straight through Cameron Winters. Nice solid run there. And gone for the one-on-one strip, but he's managed to hang on. I used to report on young Cam Winters when he was a high schooler back in Dubbo College. He's a bit older now, as we all are, and doing a good job out here this afternoon.
It's a good kick. There's some attackers coming through. Very safe, the winger out there. Is it Bo Langford?
Yeah, the try scorer, Bo Langford. There's Blair. Upended in the tackle there. Collett again involved. So really turning into a bit of a grind here in early stages of this second half. Errors, less errors lately. It's some good footy. The big guys would be sucking into big ones.
Well, there's been
Waiting
a few,
for a stoppage in play.
been a few on the interchange so far. They just
Might start to
sneak
see
on,
things
sneak
open
off.
up. And Blair just runs that one into touch.
50-20 there.
The winning double today was
A few hands on heads there, sucking into big ones. And this will be a relieving scrum for a lot of the guys.
I think it's just to play the ball nowadays, isn't it?
Fifth tackle, play the ball. Okay.
Oh, no, who knows?
Looks like it.
The Ghosts are struggling to find something to do, but here they go. Ensby from dummy half.
Oh, big solid hit there. That's the 5/8 on Bailey Sinclair.
Oh, there's
Another
another
one.
big hit on
And
Ensby, and he's knocked the
Macksville.
ball out.
Ansby's still down in back play. Macksville looked to go on the counter.
Oh, it's really rocked him, Ensby. He's struggling.
And the 5/8 managed to find the player off the mark.
Hello.
And,
There's a bit of a scrap on. This is where Dougie Graham used to get very excited in the call, Bill. Lot of shirt pulling.
Didn't like something there. It looked like the initial play, the marker defence being called offside, from what I could see. But, motion spilling over.
Looks like Ensby's going off for a HIA. No one's helping him off the field. He sort of got the wobbly boot on a bit. A little bit hunched over. Anyway, they're going to take the 2, do you think? No?
Probably, I don't know if I take the 2 here, 10-8, put themselves 4 in front. Look, I think plenty of forwards are starting to tire out there.
Might be doing
an opportunity to
Wayne
go for the...
You know the Wayne Bennett principle on the 2 points?
What's his principle?
Well, I'm not sure that it is, but I think I've worked it out, that you take 2 points, 1, if it draws you level or puts you in front. Otherwise, there's no need to take the 2.
Not even to go 8 in front if you're
Could
converted
be,
try?
could be. So they might be the only 3 options that he uses.
And Welsh barnstorms into the defence. We'll see who slots into the hooker position with Ensby off the field.
Well, Toddy Cameron was a hooker from way back. So
Yeah, that's right.
just a matter we've got a halfback on the bench, have we? Or a 5'8".
Kieran Stewart could slot into the back line somewhere.
Yeah, Benny McLennan's in the crowd. He can play anywhere in the field.
And Shields, Andrew Blair
Oh,
on
he's made
2. And that's Damien Carriage again, looking threatening down the right-hand side, as they have all afternoon, the Seagulls.
That's where they've got their points.
Billy Cobain gets one and gets the offload away. Again, the goal line defence of the Ghosts holds firm. How long can they sustain this for? Welsh again.
And another
Again,
good run by
just
Shields.
short.
That's great defence by the Ghosts. That might be what...
And that was the 5th tackle, was it?
Might have been a knock-on. But in any event, that's the sort of defence that'll win you the game.
Plenty of pats on the back there. Kieran Stewart, who is on the field now, might be the first we've seen of him this afternoon with the goggles. Certainly involved there in stopping the big barnstorming Luke Shields there in attack. Yeah, so it looks like Kieran Stewart's gone into dummy half. Toddy Cameron preferring to continue calling the shots in the half. And looks like we're bowling. He's copped a heavy one now. There's claret coming from the face there. Is that Andrew Blair?
Yeah, he looks like he's
Looks like
struggling
he's
as
going
well.
to come into the blood bin.
Oh, looks like a nasty gash around the right eye. Not sure how that happened. That means that Ryan Atkins will go back to fullback.
Certainly a few injuries cropping up in the last 5 minutes.
Good to see Kieran Stewart back in the Ghost jersey, mate. He went over the Rebels there for a while, a couple of years ago. Good to see him back on the field after his eye injury as well. He's like the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar of the Grafton Ghosts.
Toddy Cameron on the left here, what can he produce? He's found Dylan Collett in space, and he's got support on the inside. He goes himself on the outside, and it's wrapped around the ankles.
That was a great tackle.
Barley
there,
Langford.
He scored one, he saved one. Collett looked like he was in for all money.
5th tackle, was it? Yeah, handover.
But good to see the Ghosts trying their luck on the last tackle rather than just a kick downfield. They saw some space out wide. He found Collett on the chest at full pace. Collett made probably 30 metres before he was brought down.
And Cobain driven into the turf there. The offload comes out, and Macksville have managed to keep possession. Looks like the ball initially went backwards before rolling forwards there. There's some murmurs in the crowd, but I think the referee's got that one right.
Well, they were more than murmurs, mate. Low back, what's he like under the high ball?
Maxwell's
Trouble.
come up with it. That's the second rower. Oh,
He's giving away a penalty. They must have been inside the 10. They're never on the side.
the chase is offside.
Or it could have been, what's that term they use when they get in the road nowadays?
Escorting.
Escorting. Or tackle without the ball.
It looked like there's a defender, one of the Ghost players, taking out a play off the ball.
Yeah, I think there was 3 infringements there, so maybe the Ghost should get 3 penalties.
Kieran Stewart with the duties to kick for touch.
Right down your throat, is it? No. Good attacking opportunity for the Ghost now.
We've just seen some enterprising play from the Ghosts, and this is, a really starting to get into an important part of the game. 20 minutes halfway through the second half. They are down 10-8.
And they need some points. They need to get something happening.
There's Jay Olsen met heavily there. 2 in the tackle there, Cobain and Sam Shields. Tony Cameron out the left, roll back. Again, another heavy tackle lifting there. Damien Carriage managed to keep him in above the horizontal.
Cameron's taken it upon himself to inject himself into the game a bit. He's had a couple of carries in the last couple of sets of 6. And I think he realises he needs to put in a fair bit of input if the Ghost is going to win this game.
Done well there. Kieran Stewart almost ran in behind his player, changed direction. And the bomb here from Weary Boland out to the right. Braden Lolback doesn't come up with it. His opposite number does. Ryan Atkins put on the turf by Jake Martin.
Oh, some good physical contact there.
Martin out to show who's boss. Play on. And here he is again. Luke Shields. Been certainly trucking up plenty of metres for the Seagulls in the front row this afternoon.
I think he's had 214 metres.
Looks like he's earning a well-deserved rest as number 14, Jordan Leckie, takes his place. Some fresh legs out there.
Yeah, well-deserved break there for Shields. I think he's done 214 metres from 16 carries. That's a great effort.
Probably about 60 post-contact metres as well, Joe.
Thanks for keeping the stats, Bill. A little bit of feistiness starting to creep into the game here. There's been a little bit of niggle in the last couple of tackles from both sides.
Yeah, I would say that the Dane Saunders there was involved in that niggle was never square. As Oliver Percy plays the ball there, it's out to the left to Bailey Sinclair. Kieran Stewart at dummy half.
That's a quicker play of the ball.
Doddy Cameron here, they go down the left again. They've looked dangerous there, but the fullback all bandaged up, Andrew Blair.
He's been everywhere today, Blair. Having a great game.
And the try scorer Langford heading cross field there, met by the Ghost forwards, no way through. Well, there's a good set defensively here from the Ghosts. The Seagulls haven't gone very far. This is the 4th tackle. Still inside their 40. Looks like it's going to be Blair with the clearing kick. He's gone to the grubber. And cool as you like, Braden Lolback.
He's lucky he got a hand on it. I think it was going to be a 40-20. Right, here goes Mitch Lolback. No, he's just caught almost making a break there.
He's retained the ball there. No, certainly Mitch hasn't been able to find much space this afternoon. The defence have kept a good eye on him.
How many games back has he played this year? He didn't play at the start of the season, did he, Mitch?
Yeah, well, I didn't think so. I was, I wasn't necessarily expecting to see him on the team sheet today, so good to see him back in the colours of the Ghosts. And no look pass there for Dylan Collett. Toddy Cameron's trying to make something happen here. Again, safely underneath it, Andrew Blair. Well wrapped up by the chasers.
Hello, a bit more nickel at the play. The ball there. Blair took exception to something there from Dylan Collett, but it ended pretty quickly.
Oh, and a stinger there. Cameron Winter's gone in for to make a big impression with that tackle. He might have come off second best. And here he is on the left shoulder. Oh, Andrew Welsh has tripped over his own feet there and found a penalty.
A bit unlucky there, the Ghosts.
Well, 15 to go, 10-8. And again, Toddy Cameron's been called over. I'm still not sure what the infringement was, Joe.
I'm not sure. Do they have a challenge in the Country Rugby League? I think they do, and you've got to decide.
Well, here's
Bill.
the active line replay. And he's tripped over his own feet there, the halfback, but that's not what we're looking at.
So he's tackled there.
He's gone up for the quick play of the ball. Held down perhaps his
The
second time. Needed to let go.
Righto. Macksville with a tap about 22 out from the Ghost line. The left-hand side of the field. That's the Cranworth side. Hang on.
Important defensive set here for the Ghosts. There's be a lot to come back from if they're more than a converted try behind. As we getting down to the last 14 minutes of the contest. Inside ball for the fullback. Blair wrapped up. And Jordan Leckie into dummy half. Here to Doolan. Probably needed to get the carriage with his hands on the ball. But the second rower, Sam Shields, not able to make much of that. Cobain. Again, Dolan gets the try to ball to his winger. He's already got one today this afternoon, Langford, but this time safely covered. Again, Dylan Collett heavily involved in that goal line defence.
He might have needed the one-arm dive there. I think he might have been a chance if he'd dived, stuck the ball out. But anyway, he's brought down in a great tackle. And the Ghosts are working out from their line. But they're making some pretty solid defence here from Macksville.
Yeah, certainly both sides have been quite impressive defensively. It's just 10-8, only the 3 tries scored this afternoon.
The Ghosts have got numbers to the right if they go.
Solid run there from Oliver Percy. And continue to the right. Cameron Winters is clutching at his face.
He's copped something in the eye, I think.
Might have copped a stray finger. He's going to play the ball. And the wayward pass out to the left. Dylan Collins ended up with it. And it's 5th tackle and not going very anywhere here. Can they get a good kick away? Toddy Cameron. Ryan Atkins is going to bring it back. And again, they start the set just 1 metre short of the halfway line.
Cam Winters is still struggling a bit from that eye injury, or that poke in the eye, whatever it was. He was down for about 30 or 40 seconds. Now he's gingerly walking back to the defensive line, but he's not really keeping an eye on the plays right now.
He's to be out there in the centres at the moment.
He's got a big ticket, so he'll play.
Oh,
Blair.
and Blair is through. And can they hold him up? Looks like he believes he's scored. And the referee has said a knock on.
Knock on. Well, Macksville had awarded the try pretty quickly, but the referee himself wasn't quite happy with the put down.
The replay. So, we don't have the benefit of the bunker, so try celebration could often...
He just got an equal tap as he's going through there. Lowback gets hold of him. Cam Winters comes over to assist as well.
Yeah, look...
Oh, Winters has got the ball.
Yeah, the ball has come loose and Winters has grounded it.
That's a great decision by the referee.
So he's
right on the spot.
Looked to have consulted his touch judge there, and I think they might have got that one right. So Blair's looked dangerous all afternoon. Just again, goes goal line defence, desperate, and they force the error.
A try there could have put the game beyond reach for the Ghosts. They would have made it basically 16-8 with not long to go, but the Ghosts now need to work their way out of their own half. Jay Olsen, nice strong hit up there. Stewart going in a dummy half.
I just need to ask a few more questions here. Macksville's defence has been solid all afternoon.
Good run by Jake Martin. He's at the halfway line now. Seems a bit more urgency in the Ghosts.
Kieran Stewart sees a half gap. Onto the 40. Looks like I think that's 4 down. Cameron inside ball for Percy. Plays the ball on the 30 line. It's the 5th tackle. What have they got? This last tackle option. Cameron chips over, but beautiful pick-up half volley there from Andrew Blair.
He's everywhere, Blair. That was a great pick-up on the half volley. That situation. Anything could have happened there. A large mistake by Macksville. Goes almost away. Anyway, it's a great opportunity for the Ghosts now. They'll get the ball 28 metres out from the Macksville line. A full set of 6, but not much wind in their sails, I wouldn't think. They're looking at a lot of hands on knees out there. They need something to inspire them, invigorate them, and get them across that line.
Yeah, it's certainly a grind today. 12-8. Is that our score?
I think it's 10-8 still.
10-8. Yeah, they missed the conversion, of course.
10-8. No.
Yeah. Here we are, the Ghosts. A rare opportunity. Start the set deep in Macksville's half.
I don't think they've had to play the ball in the...
Jared Roberts inside the 20. They haven't seen a lot of ball down here.
Terrible pass from dummy half. A little bit disjointed, the Ghosts.
Jake Martin brings the ball back into the centre of the field. Let's reset and start again. And he gets the offload away. Kieran Stewart, what can he do this time?
He can cop one across the ear, but he plays on.
Weary Boland dances on the spot. He's got the ball now to
the Oliver
Percy.
Stands his ground. They need a couple of quick play the ball.
Looks like Cameron's going to get the ball here. Out to his halfback, who's well read in defence there. It's called held, so 5th tackle. Again, it's Cameron provided the final option, and that was played at. That's got to be 6 to go.
That's got to be 6 to go. Hang on. Penalty. What do you do here, Bill? Do you take the 2, draw level, or you go for gold?
Well, look, I don't know what Todd would do, but I'd probably take the points.
Always the problem. If you take the 2 and kick off down your end, a few minutes to go, if you make a mistake, they're attacking all of a sudden. But I suppose 2 points in the bank is 2 points in the bank, isn't it?
Although this is a rare chance that the Ghosts have had to really try and put pressure on the try line of Macksville. In the middle of the park, they've struggled to really make massive inroads in Macksville's defence, but they could have chanced their arm. Todd's decided to take the 2, draw things level. Certainly in terms of the competition ladder, It'd still keep them 2 points ahead of Macksville, who they're the biggest threat at the moment in terms of the top two. But it would also allow the Comets potentially move further ahead as competition leaders. So he makes no mistake there. It's 10-all. With only about 6 minutes to go here in this round 13 clash here at McGuren Field.
What can the Ghosts do here, Bill? I think they're been finding some momentum in the last 5 or 10 minutes, but it's been disjointed because there've been a few knock-ons, a few mix-ups or whatever, but they'll probably get 2 or 3 sets of 6. It'll depend on how far they get out of their 22 after the kickoff.
Yeah, well, I think they need to look perhaps going wider a little bit earlier in their sets, getting it out to blokes like Dylan Collett with a bit of space. Perhaps, then they can get a couple of quick play the balls and just get in behind Maxwell's defence.
He gets it out to the 30-metre line. Oh, no,
Percy's been solid. He certainly had a big second half, Oliver Percy. Cameron Winters still chucking it out there. He's copped one in the eye, he's copped one in the stinger on the shoulder. He's been in the wars this afternoon, but he's still not taking a backward step.
Still playing with plenty of ticker. That's the 3rd tackle now. Oh, he's not happy with something, but the crowd's getting excited right in front of us. Not quite sure making out what they're saying, but they're certainly getting...
Okay, it's 5th tackle here on halfway. And Toddy Cameron's doing a deft chip, too deft in the end. And Zane Doolan tidies up. So Macksville.
Like playing the drop shot at Wimbledon a fraction early. Sometimes he's got to go to the baseline, but he's tried the drop shot, it's hit the net.
That one went into the net, that one. And now it's Macksville with an opportunity to grab a late lead.
It's a good
I'll
run
tell you
there
what,
from the
though, if it was to
second row,
finish 10-all, it would be probably a fair reflection on the game. But both sides probably still got a couple of chances yet.
And a fair reflection on the sides throughout the year. I mean, they've both got 38 points so far against each other. This would make it 48 all. Be interesting if it comes to semi-finals. And they're likely to play each other regardless of the outcome of today.
And they're still moving to the left here, but that ball came out.
Now, was he going to call it a knock-on, or was he going to call it a... He's moving his hands like he's
I don't know which way he's pointing, but to my mind, the defender has forced a mistake out of the Macksville player here. That's Jake Martin. Oh, and he perhaps raked it out there.
Given the feed to Macksville, hasn't he?
Yeah, it looks like he has. He's called that a knock-on from Jake Martin, who's playing at the ball in the tackle. And Jared Roberts in no hurry to get to his feet. In the last 3 minutes of the game. Again, big defensive set here from the Ghosts. Can they keep them out and get one last crack themselves? Carriage. Another solid run. Jake Simpson this time. Ooh, well-timed tackle. Harry Bowling snuffs out that dangerous play. And that's brilliant defence from the Ghosts. Winger coming in, giving no opportunity to get the ball out to the opposing winger, and they've carried him into touch, letting him know all about it as well.
A little bit of argy-bargy, but Toddy Cameron, captain coach, coming over to settle everybody down there. That's good captaincy there at that stage. You don't want them to get a bit too excited with 2 minutes to play and do something stupid, give away a penalty and knock the ball on. So good captaincy there by Todd.
And let's see what the Ghosts can come up with here. They've got the length of the field to travel. This could be their last complete set of the game. Last chance to find a win, break this deadlock.
Who's it going to be, Bill? Who do you think's got the magic in them in the last minute of the game? There's no Latrell Mitchell, there's no Turbo out there.
Yeah,
All
looking
we've
at
got-
that guy on our screen there, Dylan Collett. He's just waiting out there. He's been the one that has made a half break earlier in the second half, which almost saw them converted into points. Oh, there's a run from Cameron Winners. He has not stopped trying all afternoon.
Oh, there was space out on the left.
Mitchell Lowellback now. And now we're on to the fifth tackle inside the 40. Is this it? Is this the last throw of the dice for the Ghosts? On to Kieran. Toddy Cameron, he's got numbers out wide now. Dylan Collett's got the ball. He's going to go with the chip, but again, perfectly positioned. Andrew Blair just makes it look easy.
Mate, he's been in the right spot all day. He's made fullbacking look easy today. Apart from the head gash.
I'll tell you what, Joe, we're going to be doing some 3-2-1s at the end of this game.
Well, yeah, I presume we will, mate. From each side, I don't know how it works.
Oh, and it's intercepted by Todd Cameron from nowhere. The Ghosts have stolen the match. Cameron scores in the corner. And that's just about full time. And there goes the siren. The Ghosts celebrate in the corner. Todd Cameron, captain coach, seals the deal. 14-10, kick to come. And Macksville won't be shaking their heads wondering where that game went.
Well, what a finish. The Ghost boys are ecstatic with that win because fairly, I don't think they deserve to win given the way that Macksville played. Macksville played strong football all afternoon, and this is... Oh, it's great work by the captain coach though. He runs that 20 metres, got a great big smile on his face. Got a couple of supporters in the background jumping up and down like it's State of Origin.
Oh, look at that. Beautifully finished off there. Well deserved, Toddy Cameron. He's certainly been very heavily involved all afternoon, looking to make something happen. And it took the captain coach himself to pull off a little bit of magic and get the job done.
I see poor Andrew Blair sitting on the ground. I don't know if he's hurt or just dejected because he had a great game. He had an absolutely outstanding game, Andrew Blair. They're going to take the conversion.
So, Joe, I might leave it up to you, mate, to do some 3-2-1s, and I'll head on down there to grab post-match interview.
All right, mate, thanks, Bill. Well, I'll just wait for the conversion there. Toddy Cameron from out wide, 1 metre in from touch. Oh, he's kicked it. And that takes the score to, I think, 16-10 to the Ghosts at full time. Great victory there from the Ghosts in a very tight game.
Makes the final score, Grafton goes 16, visitors, Macksville 10. Next, ladies and gentlemen, wonderful game of football.
Yeah, thanks, Neil. It was a great game of football. Billy North's going on the field now for a few post-game interviews, flanked and supported by Timmy Howard from, I was going to say the Daily Examiner, but I'm not sure if he actually works for the Daily Examiner. In any event, Bill's asked me to do the 3-2-1. I gave 3 points to Andrew Blair. He might have been on the losing side, but he had an absolutely outstanding game. He was everywhere in defence. He seemed to be in the right spot at the right time. He diffused every kick that came his way. He took some great half volleys. He really had a great game, so I gave him the 3 points.
You wave when it's time to...
Cam Winters, he was barnstorming all day. He just kept hitting it up. He had a couple of niggling injuries. He hurt his shoulder, he hurt his eye, but he still gave it his best, and I gave him the 2 points. And the big number 10 from Macksville, Luke Shields, he had a really strong game. He had a lot of hit-ups, a lot of tackles. He was robust in defence and strong in attack. I gave him the 1 point. So there were a lot of other good contenders for the game, but I gave my points to those 3, and they were well deserved. We cross now to Bill, I think, who's on the... He's about to interview someone, I think. No? He's got Toddy Cameron there, the winning coach after that great try to finish the game.
He's going to have to talk me through this one. Where are we?
Yeah, just you can just talk to me.
Yep.
Cameras up there.
Yep, sweet.
Okay, Toddy. So yeah, mate, stole that one from the death. How did that feel? Taking that intercept, did you see it coming?
Oh, mate, it was just one of them things. I was sort of in the right place at the right time, and the ball sort of just popped up, and yeah, just one of them things. Very lucky.
All right, mate. So real grind today. 10-all probably could have been a fair reflection of the game, but you managed to get the win.
That's it, mate. It was just one of them tough games. We were sort of down on troops, and then young fellas had to step up, and they did, mate. It was a tough game. We sort of let them back in with a few penalties and that, but we got away with a win, so stoked with it.
All season, you guys and the Seagulls, I think we were talking 38 points all across the two games. Both got away wins against each other.
Yeah.
Been a tough grind with them all year.
It is, mate. It's always hard against the Seahorses. Just one of them teams that they always seem to step up against us, whether they're on the top or the bottom. So yeah, it's going to be a tough game coming in.
Okay. And yourself, mate, first season as captain coach, a lot of young troops around you in second spot. You're pretty happy with how things have panned out so far?
I am, mate. I'm really stoked. It was just one of them years where we old fellas and young fellas coming through. It's just awesome to see them play good footy.
And you think you guys are pretty happy heading in the right track, heading towards finals, a couple of rounds to go?
I am, mate. We've got a couple of big guns coming back, but these young fellas are pushing for their spot, so it's going to be good coming into the finals. I'm excited for it.
All right. Cheers, mate.
Thanks,
All the
mate.
best.
Thank you.
Yeah, I hope so.
Oh, that's good fun.
Well done, Bill. Thanks for the wrap up there, mate. Great for you to talk to Toddy Cameron, who's very pleased with the Ghost victory this afternoon.
In me? Yeah. Why's that? Yeah. Sorry, I put you on this one. Did you do a 3-2?
Yeah, 3-2-1, mate. I gave the 3 points to Andrew Blair. I gave 2 points to Cam Winters.
Yeah.
And I gave 1 point to Luke Shields. So,
number 10. That was
big
the
number
best
10.
one. Got the points,
Yeah, mate. Yeah. Although they were in the losing side,
Oh.
we're still on. So no swearing, Bill.
Okay.
Final wrap. So they wrap up today. We saw the Ghosts come away victory 16 points to 10. Tries to Toddy Cameron, of course. Jake Martin got the first try. And Toddy Cameron got 2 tries. And he kicked,
Got 3 goals.
3 goals, sorry. 3 goals to Toddy Cameron, which were crucial in the end. Macksville, they had a try to Bo Langford and also a try to the mullet man, Zane Doolan. Andrew Blair kicked 1 from 2. And that got them their 10 points. So, all in all, a pretty good game of footy this afternoon, Bill.
Yeah, it certainly was, Joe. And yeah, look, interesting. Man of the match from our perspective, from the opposition side. Andrew Blair was certainly one of the standouts, but yeah, the 2s and 1s probably could have gone to anyone, several players from either side. A real grind. I think Macksville's defence was outstanding. Just Ghost probably looked like a little bit more threatening in attack, but they just weren't given too many opportunities to really get a roll on, and in the end it took a bit of individual brilliance from the captain coach to get his side across the line, hold on the second spot, 2 rounds to go.
That's right, and the team song in full cry over there on the front of the bar.
And so just the Ghosts end up with that differential, 38, just 6 points separating 2 sides all season, and came down to that last try. So good effort from the Ghosts, and we'll see you next week.
Who's the player? What's the game next week? We got a home game for the Ghosts, or is it an away game? Away game. So we're back here in a fortnight, which we're getting close to the last game of the season, probably before the finals. But that game today puts the Ghosts in pretty good stead for the upcoming semi-finals.
Yeah, and probably just about banks them a top 2 spot. Home semi-final, if not the minor premiership, in the first week of the finals. And thanks, Joe. It's been a pleasure. And
Mate, I hope you enjoyed your first time behind the microphone.
Oh, not too bad. I can get used to this.
Excellent stuff. So thanks to all the people that came out, and I hope that people who weren't able to come enjoyed the coverage.